Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday game day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, and ProCharge EV. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. Hope you had a great weekend. For many of us, kind of back to the grind. Really enjoyed the week off last week. Had a lot of downtime, but it's back at it today, man. So LSU game day, regular game day routine. I'll be on Eagle 98.1 game day in about an hour from right now. The guys are already live over at Rouse's, Hanny and Musso. And then if you're watching with us live, if you're watching on demand, thank you as well. As always, smash that like button on YouTube if you would. And then T-Bob and I, Whiskey and Wine from Don Juan, going to get over there for the game itself too at noon. So hopefully look forward to see a lot of y'all over there today at Don Juan. So get there and watch the game, or just come by afterwards for Whiskey and Wine. We've got the day off. I know a lot of people have the day off today as the observed holiday for New Year's. So if you got the day off, come hang out with us at Don Juan. If you can't be at Don Juan, watch us on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube as soon as the same game goes final. So we'll say some good mornings here as we look at it. Looks like this game, unless there's any line movement today, we'll see if there is. But looks like the game is holding steady. Actually, I'm looking at consensus spread is 14.5. Some have it at 15. So looks like they may go off right there at 14.5 or 15. We'll see what it is. But LSU is going to be a 2-touchdown favorite over Purdue today, and should win the game. I think again a lot of what we're looking at here is can this LSU offense kind of regain some of its footing? Obviously struggled against Arkansas, struggled against A&M, and then Georgia was a bit of a hodgepodge. They did throw the ball for 500 yards, but Daniels threw for 200 in the first half, and Nuss threw for 200 in the second half. And now you've had a month. I did talk to Gordy Rush, of course, who's there in Orlando with the LSU Sports Radio Network. Said Jaden has looked a full go, so I don't believe that the ankle is going to be any hindrance for him now. I think he's healed. He's a go. Josh Williams was limited late in the season. He should be a go. Really, the big question is defensively, right? Defensively, you're going to get a look at a lot of guys who are going to get a chance to play today with the opt-outs. Remember, no B.J. Ojolari, no Ali Gay, no Jaqueline Roy, no Mekhi Garner. So you've taken 4 starters off of your defense, 3 of them on the defensive line. So, you're going to see some guys get some opportunities today. Let's see what they do with them. You were already really thin on that defensive line. Now you take 3 defensive line starters out, and it becomes even more challenging. So you're going to have to see some guys step up. Like, of course, you expect Savion Jones to start at one end. We're expecting Mike Jones to start at the jack linebacker. I think we'll see a lot of Xavier Carter. I think we will see Quincy Wiggins today with the NCAA passing the rule, allowing players to play in the bowl game and not have it count toward their eligibility count. So Quincy Wiggins played in 4 games. So if he played another, he'd have lost that year of eligibility, that red shirt. So, but he can play in this one now, which is great. So I'd expect to see him. So let's see. Jarp Bernard Converse at one corner, very likely Jay Ward starting at the other. Jay Ward's been mostly a safety, but played nickel back in that 2020 season. Let's see how he does now lining up on the outside. So he's got good cover skills. Purdue is down a couple of receivers. They're down their best receiver, a guy who led the nation in receptions and receiving yards. Down their pass-catching tight end. Their top 2 pass catchers are out. Their 6-year senior quarterback, Aiden O'Connell, is out. Of course, they're without their coach. So the reason the line is what it is, even with LSU's opt-outs, LSU should win this game and win it handily. We'll see if they can go take care of business in Orlando today. All right, let's say some good mornings, y'all. Please smash that like button if you're on YouTube. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. Todd Harris, good morning. Sean Childress, what's up? Scott Fontenot, good morning. What's up with these crazy rumors? I mean, I'm honestly just surprised it's taken this long for people to start asking about it. Because I was told that stuff a week ago, and uh, I mean, I heard it from people that I deem to be credible. But what I'll tell you is, I cannot tell you definitively that it's true. Um, but it's I've heard it for a week now. Um, and um, and it's the staffer, one of the staffers alleged, has already resigned. That is a true thing. Don't know if that person resigned as a result of what's being alleged. I don't know. And the tricky part is, nobody is ever going to talk about it on the record. So um, you're never going to get answers. None of us are, because no one is ever going to talk about this on the record. It's like any other scandal, rumor, report, anything you'd see on Twitter, message board, social media, whatever. Unless if the people involved talk about it on the record, you're never going to get answers to it. So people will speculate, make their own opinions of it, and that'll be that. Sean Childress, let's see, Patrick Berglass, good morning. Let's get win number 10 today. Skip, what's up, man? Pick my shingle color today. Getting on the Hudco schedule is imminent. I love it, dude. That's awesome. Of course, sporting the Hudco orange today in the new year. Someone mentioned to me that I need to get custom Hudco sneakers. I think I might do that. Case and Hall, Hunter Eilers, en route to Orlando. Okay, Patrick McKenzie, what's up? Patrick asked for a final score prediction. I didn't dig into a final score prediction, man, because I think it's hard with the with all of the opt-outs to really know how a game's going to go. I think you're probably looking at like a mid-30s to low 20s type game, like a 34-20 type game is probably what you're looking at. I think that's, I'm not betting the game, by the way. I think in this bowl season, though, when we've seen significant line movement because of opt-outs, etc., even with the significant line movement, it's been justified by the final result. You've seen teams generally cover those with ease. So, yeah, I mean, I think LSU wins, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if they cover and win big. Matt Lusto, Dale Broussard, is Cortez Hankton coaching the bowl game? He is, yes. Hunter Picard, I can tell you, I know Cortez is in Orlando. He's in Orlando with his family. So, again, I mean, y'all, I know everybody by now has seen that screenshot and all this stuff. Like, I'm gonna warn you of this, okay? And I'll tell you again, I've been hearing that stuff for a week. All right. You don't know where it came from. I'm not saying it's untrue, but I also hesitate and caution you to accept everything you read. Just accept that it's fact. Like, that's not exactly how it works. It should be the other way around. You have to prove allegations with fact. And there's a lot of things that circumstantial may lend you to believe that it has credence. Look, if Cortez Hankton isn't back after the bowl game, that would certainly lend a lot of credence to what's being said. But again, nobody is ever going to talk about it on the record. So you're never going to find out. Lance Richard, Matt Lusto, I've been painfully out of the loop with the new job. What's the short and sweet pregame? Short and sweet pregame is Purdue has a ton of opt-outs, significant opt-outs, kind of like LSU a year ago. Their coach left. LSU has some opt-outs defensively, but is a better team and has most of their guys back. And LSU is a 2-touchdown favorite and should win easily. The other thing I'll tell you is with respect to the accusations or whatever I was talking about. If you go back and watch my morning scone on Thursday, okay? Remember, Wednesday was the day when Kayshawn, they declared him unavailable for the bowl game, and then he declared for the draft. The next morning, go back and watch Morning Scone. That was the morning when I was sitting in the traction parking lot and got really heated. Well, now you know why. Because everyone was coming at he doesn't like Jaden Daniels, he doesn't like Brian Kelly, he's leaving for the money, this and that and that and that, blah, blah. I'm like, and I blew up because usually when something don't seem right, it's because something ain't right. And now with the context of what you've all read, you can go back and watch that show and go, oh, okay. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Just got back from Miami for the new year. All right, Cliff, ringing in the new year down in South Beach. Yes, sir. Dane Bergeron, good morning. What time will you be at Don Juan's? Dane, I think I'm going to go for the game. I think I'll get there at noon. Normally I watch the first half at my house and then get there for the second half. It's just really hard to, like, when there's a lot going on to chart the game and take my notes and everything. But I kind of have a feeling today might be a little bit of a different type game. I think LSU might be A-okay in this one. But yeah, I think I'm going to get there at noon and watch the game there. Let's see. Kevin Boudreaux, good morning. Happy New Year. Go Row, what's up? Cliff, I hate to tell you, bro. She hasn't cooked the lemon cookies, dude. She hasn't baked the lemon cookies. I don't know if she's intending to wake up and do it. I don't think she is, man. And I'm really sad. I'm really sad because you're so excited. But, like, the last few days have been, like, taking down all the Christmas decorations and getting the house back in order. And I don't even think it's on her radar. And I'm kind of devastated. But what I'll do is I'll let her know, and she'll be very sad if she feels like she let somebody down, and she'll make them for Wednesday for whiskey and wine. How about the Saints winning yesterday, y'all? And of course, they're eliminated from the playoffs because they couldn't get the help they needed. Carolina couldn't hang on against Tampa, and Minnesota got blown out by Green Bay. So they got what they deserved. Zach Swan, Nicholas Cantrell, who we betting on today. So, Nicholas, I like Tulane in the Cotton Bowl. I would not be surprised if they win the game. The word out of USC is they're not expecting Caleb Williams to play or not play the entire game. You have one team that will be completely disinterested and one team that this is the biggest game that like they've ever had. So, yeah, I like Tulane. I like Tulane in the points, but I think they'll win the game. Rose Bowl, I'm not sure yet. I want to check with Otter to see if there's a consensus on the Rose Bowl bet. But we'll see. We'll see on that one. Nicholas Cantrell, let's see. Joey Vincent Spurge, good morning. Trey Willoughby, what's up, man? Michael Costello, good morning. Stoned Musso, good morning. Brett DeGrow, morning, Matt. Great weekend in Big D at the rodeo Friday night. Stars game Saturday. We need an NHL team in Baton Rouge or NOLA. Not happening. There's just literally no chance that happens. You might get that minor league hockey team back in Baton Rouge, but you're not getting an NHL team here. And the reason is, and we've gone round and round about this forever. There aren't enough corporations in this state to support. There's barely. I mean, the NBA franchise has struggled for 20 years until now. I mean, except for fleeting success like in 2008 and then in 17, the team 17 or 18, the team with Anthony Davis that went to the playoffs and lost to the Warriors. We beat the Trailblazers, lost to the Warriors. There aren't enough corporate dollars to go around to support multiple sports franchises. Certainly not a third. Cody Kibido, good morning. Spurge, which of our normal starters are sitting out? Yeah, so I'll run through that again. Offensively, The only one you're going to be missing is Jure. Well, obviously, in Kayshawn. So Jure and Kayshawn. And then defensively, you're looking at Ali Gay, B.J. Ojolari, Jaqueline Roy, and Mekhi Garner. Those are the guys you're going to be missing defensively. Stone Musa said Kelly getting rid of the last Coach O era trash. Man, the people alleged to have been involved from a staff side are people that Brian Kelly brought here. So, Patrick Berglass, let's see, where am I? Eilers. Glenn Laurie, how was the wedding? Love the shoes. Thank you, Glenn. Wedding was great. Congrats to Jordy and Kelly. Got married on Saturday night. And on New Year's Eve, it was a great time. We were thrilled to be there. Yeah, and I wore the all-whites, the all-white Air Force Ones. Nicole Haver, Charlie Gale, David Coslin, what's up? Jeremy Sagely, Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? Morning, Matt. What impact do you think Drew Brees will have on the Boilermakers? None. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but look, you can't expect, it's the Jeff Saturday effect. Like, you can't expect a guy who hasn't been around to come in and immediately transform things. He's not calling plays. He's not coordinating anything. It's more of, hey, be a morale boost. And I think, bringing some positive attention to Purdue, like that's all good, but it's not going to help them on the field today at all. Case and Hall, thoughts on the Georgia game? Didn't get to see a minute of it. I was at the wedding Saturday night, so I was trying to follow the score best I could, but didn't see a minute of it. I did bet Ohio State with the points, so I'm not surprised it was close. I thought Ohio State would put up a great effort. I think LSU exposed Georgia defensively in the secondary, throwing for 500 yards, so I was not surprised to see Ohio State move the ball, and I think TCU is going to move the ball against Georgia a week from today. Michael Cook, good morning. Dalton James, Pishan, what's going on? If the accusation ended up being true, will LSU be in any trouble? No. Look, and I don't even want to go too deep into it, but just suffice to say, no. Like there wouldn't be any. I mean, it was what is reported is that it was alleged is that it was a consensual thing. And again, I don't want to talk much more about it because like nobody is going to talk about it on the record. So we're just never going to get like, let me say, I would be stunned if anybody talked about this on the record. I'd be stunned. There's so many things that happen within a football program that the public never sees the light of day. You're talking about 120 college male athletes, 60 coaches, support staff members. You're talking about 200 people in an organization. When you have that many tentacles, that many people, that many individuals, that many situations, that many potentially bad decisions, there's always stuff that goes on. And a lot of it never ever sees the light of day, man. So, no. Bailey Bro, David Furr, morning Matt, big win by the Saints. Mathematically alive. No, to go over the win total. Okay. I was like, no, they were eliminated from the playoffs yesterday with Minnesota's loss officially. So, Scott Fontenot. Let's see. Kelly Gross, good morning. Glenn Laurie, Pelicans are hot and Nola catching any games in the future. Yeah, man, I hope to get down there for sure. Weekends are pretty much the only time I can make it because I can't leave the show at 6 or leave Baton Rouge at 6:15 downtown Baton Rouge and get to New Orleans for a game at 6:30 or 7. So weekends are about the only time I can go, but I'm looking forward to getting down there. Bubba Smith, Quentin Brakebill. Yeah, Pels tonight, by the way. Pels are they're in Philly to take on the Sixers tonight. Gary Petrie, what's up? Taz, good morning. Let's see, this year's Saints draft class seems to be solid. Olave, Taylor, Rashid, Penning. Remember, Rashid was not a draft pick. Rashid was an undrafted free agent. Part of the Saints draft class, we haven't even seen play yet. So Penning, of course, has been injured. But the first three, Olave, Penning, Alontae Taylor, and then you drafted DeMarco Jackson and Jordan Jackson from Air Force in Boise, was it? Anyway, yeah, so the two defensive players, DeMarco and Jordan Jackson, you haven't even seen those guys play yet. So one was injured and one was practice squad all year. But your first three, yes. And then Rashid Shaheed is an undrafted free agent. Looks like he'll probably take Deontay Hardy's spot. Trey Guy, good morning. Happy New Year. Iraq rocked it at the wedding. Kyle Milliken, great football day today. Tigers. And then Bengals, Bills, Monday Night Football. Yeah, man, looking forward to Monday Night Football as well. Should be a great day. And then back to the grind tomorrow with AFR. Let's see. Wendell Norman, good morning. Kyle Milliken. Kyle said, what's the allegation of this? So, oh God, I hate talking about it because it's like every time we talk about it, it just lends more credence. It just spreads. It just gives it more legs to live on. And again, like the allegation is that there was an inappropriate gathering with a female staffer and a player, Kayshawn, and several other male staffers, one on field coach in Atlanta for the SC championship. That's the allegation. And I heard that a week ago. So while everybody's just now finding out, it's not like that word has been out there. But again, like, I'm never going to talk about it on air because it's rooted in nothing. It's just right now, it's a rumor. I mean, the people who told me, multiple people independent of each other, are very credible people. But I don't know. So, and again, I'm going to say it again, like, nobody is going to talk about it on the record. So, because all the people alleged to have been involved, even if they do move on professionally, they're going to want to be able to have the opportunity to get jobs in other places. So, anyway, gathering. I'm being sensitive here, Mark. Joey Medke, good morning. I can't believe, honestly, it's taken this long for y'all to ask me about it, because I've known about this for a week. Like, every day I've sat in this chair doing morning scone, I've waited for someone to ask. I cannot believe that it's taken this long for people to start asking about this. Michael Castello, do you think the Saints should go after Carr? Michael, I look, man, I think Carr, well, first of all, what would it cost? That's the big question, right? Mid or late round pick. Okay, I will take Derek Carr over Andy Dalton in a heartbeat. So give up a day 3 pick for Derek Carr. Okay. But I'm still drafting a quarterback. It's Carr's contract situation. The other thing I'll tell you is, if you're the Saints, so Carr's under contract. Let's see, they have an out after this year. I bet they would rather trade him. Yeah, I'm worried about that. So Carr next year, oh God, his cap hit next year is $34 million, and his base is $32.9 million. His cap hit in 2024 is $43 million and then $43 million in 2025. Holy crap. Yeah, no. There's no way I'm trading to take on that contract. Because if you're going to pay him that kind of money, you have got to be convinced he's your franchise. And I don't know that anybody can definitively say that Derek Carr is their franchise today. So now, if the Raiders cut Derek Carr, and which is plausible because his dead cap money is not much. 5.6 million next year, 3.7 million, then 1.8 million. So very digestible dead cap numbers. What's more likely to happen is the Raiders cut Derek Carr, and he becomes a free agent and free to sign wherever he wants. If I'm the Saints, I'm not trading for him because I'm not trading for that contract. No way. Remember, you're not just trading for a player. You're trading for the contract as well. There's no way I would do that. Jared Esprit, morning, Matt. This weekend, we both were stomping in our Air Force Ones. Taz, if not Peyton, do you want DC back as head coach or someone else? Look, it's been encouraging to see the Saints go on this little run where they hadn't won back-to-back games all year. Now they won 3 in a row, including 2 on the road in tough places to play. Cold, a cold situation last week, and then you had Philly this week. I want the Saints to win. Like, I'm not cheering against Dennis Allen. I want Dennis Allen to be great. I want the Saints to win. I think we've got a large enough sample of Dennis Allen as a head coach to know that he's never going to win a championship. I don't believe he's going to win a championship. So I think, when you come to that realization, you cut bait. Now, I'll tell you, it has been encouraging watching the defense play better. The biggest concern for me early in the season was Dennis Allen, defensive guy. His defense was terrible. And here in the last month, they've been really good. So that's encouraging. You got to figure out quarterback. And I don't know if Pete Carmichael is the guy. We just got to figure out quarterback. One Matt, what's good? Drew is quite the swinger. I don't know what that means. Zay Witt, what's going on? Damon Perkins, Mark Allen. Do you think the NCAA gets involved? Nope. Taz, when you can be on AFR again? Tuesday, tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Bubba Tatum on the way to Orlando to see the Tigers play. All right, Bubba, safe travels, man. Go row. You should get into Nike Blazers, lows, dunk ones, great with slacks. So I have my notification set for the Panda Dunks drop on January 19th. And I don't know if I want to go highs or lows with the Blazers. I'm going to get a pair of Blazers, but I don't know if I want to go highs or lows yet. I don't know yet. I'm thinking I want to go highs, honestly. Chance Babin, as bad as the Saints are, they may finish 8-9, only one off last year's win total. It's true. It's been a strong finish. Jonathan Martin, Jordan Coleman. Matt, you have a lot of people, a reason to be up early. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate that, man. And I'll remind y'all, so like this week, back on air, Drew back at school. So we'll be back on like our regular, I'll be here at like 7:30 Central Time for about 30 minutes, show schedule routine. Reed Rule, will Tulane pull it off today? Yeah, I think so. And there's no chance LSU Tulane will be revived, no. look, for a lot of reasons, but you know, that LSU's never going to play at Tulane. You know, when Skip was the AD, he did that deal for the 10-year home and home type deal where it was Baton Rouge and then in the Superdome. And it's just a terrible deal for LSU to give up a home gate like that. So, because you're not going to make it back financially. So no, you're not going to see that series revived ever. But, you know, as a one-off game, could they play? Sure. Austin Kidder, good morning. Go Tigers. Happy New Year. LSU fans cheering for Tulane need to be reminded that they don't like us and look down on us academically. Go Trojans too. Yeah, Austin, I don't care about Tulane. Like it's, I'm with you. Like it's funny the number of people that I kind of talked about this a few weeks ago. I think LSU fans that are kind of like just sort of indifferent on Tulane now. I mean, look, I was born in New Orleans and it's 40 years ago, but was brought up to hate Tulane. You know, around the bowl and down the hole, roll, wave, roll, all that sort of stuff. I mean, didn't like Tulane, never cheered for Tulane. Now, I guess Tulane's been largely irrelevant for the last 40 years plus. So when someone is not in any way a threat, you don't play them and there's no real rivalry there or anything. You just sort of ignore them. Now, in baseball, LSU and Tulane had a legit thing going in the early 2000s when Rick Jones was there, but that's gone too. So anyway, strong side. What are your thoughts about David Carr possibly coming to New Orleans? Yeah, I don't think David Carr is coming to New Orleans. He's been retired for a long time. Now, Derek Carr, kind of just talked about that a little bit ago. Damon Perkins, good to see Lattimore back on the field. Yeah, how about the pick six? I mean, it's stunning what happens when you have a legit number one lockdown corner to guard another team's legit number one receiver, right? Colton Mack, what's going on? Chance Babb and Trivia Carter, what's up? Stewart, what's going on? Trivia, you gonna call me out when I show up late? Yeah, man, where you been? I mean, sleeping off the New Year hangover, I guess, maybe. Look at that, 250 watching live. I love it, man. Thank y'all for being here. Take a quick second, if you would, smash that like button. On YouTube, Facebook, please like the page, share the post. Like the page, share the post. As always, brought to you by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Need an orthopedist? Go to Brock. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Hudco's pinned right there in the chat. Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com. If you have pain, book a session with Crystal Posha. Relief is a session away. And ProCharge EV, I'll continue to remind you, new venture that Terrio and the crew has gotten into. And I'm going to be doing some promotional work for them. So ProCharge EV, the electric vehicle movement is coming, man. There are, state of Louisiana has been granted about $80 million in federal funds for electric vehicle charging stations. So there'll be a grant process going on. If you know a business owner, that infrastructure is coming and be on the front end of it. Let's see. Caleb Brignac, what color kicks you rocking on game day? So Caleb, I have a pair of purple and gold Jordan 1s. They're mids, but purple and gold Jordan 1s coming. I think they're going to arrive tomorrow. I wanted to wear them today, but they're not going to be here in time. So probably rocking those tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to go with, man. I mean, I've got 3 pair of Air Force Ones and my Adidas Noras. So I haven't decided. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Game time decision. Jeremy Sagely, I don't care about the shenanigans as long as it doesn't affect the football program. But that's the problem, Jeremy. Like, you can't have staffers having inappropriate relationships with students. Like, that's the problem, right? Even consensual. Like, that's not allowed under university code. So that's the real issue. So, the people alleged to have been involved are all pretty critical people. Like, you're talking about the on-campus recruiting coordinator. You're talking about the highest paid receiver coach in the country. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about people that are impactful for this program. So I hear you, but I mean, yeah, it's some significant people involved. Your best wide receiver, you know. Glenn Laurie, what's your opinion on where Sean Payton is headed, and what draft picks can the Saints get for him? So, report yesterday is that the Saints want a first rounder, which they should. Good for them. You look at where there might be openings. I went on the record a few weeks ago and said I thought the Rams would be it. When the Rams were officially eliminated from contention, and Sean McVay said, it was a humbling year. Remember, McVay had a 5-year, $100 million offer to go to work for Amazon on TV last year. Decided to come back to the Rams. You have a year like this. Does he maybe tap out? Don't know. Sean Payton lives in LA and would like to stay out there. I think that's no secret. Arizona would make a lot of sense as well. You're out west. You got Kyler Murray there. You just got to look at where there's going to be openings. I think every team should make a run at him. I mean, the Indianapolis Colts should make a run at him. The Carolina Panthers should make a run at him. I mean, everybody should. It's just a matter of what other jobs are going to be open. Denver is open now. Now, Denver doesn't have their first round pick, but because they traded it to Seattle for Russell Wilson, but they do have like number 27, I think. So, is that enough to entice the Saints? I don't know. Matt's going to be strutting the hoodie blazer like Joe Brady, like Ryan Clark. And I would, by the way, in a millisecond. Jason Wilson, good morning from Orlando. Beautiful day. Hope for a Tigers win. Yes, sir. Paul Batt's story is embarrassing. It's all over Twitter. Blue check accounts running with it. Remember, you can buy a blue check now. So, again, I'm trying to think of an example. Do you remember? There was a D-liner. There it is. D-liner was a defensive lineman from Alabama. And this isn't exactly the same thing, but this is what I'm thinking of, right? D-liner was a defensive lineman from Alabama who, a few years ago, on his Instagram, flashed a giant wad of cash. And this is pre-NIL. Like, no college athlete should be sitting on that much, like thousands of dollars, like a gigantic wad of cash. And he deleted it, and it was never heard from again, right? And there was actually, that was an actual video, like there was video. But unless if you have people that are willing to talk about something on the record, it's just going to go away. I could be wrong. Like, it may be a thing where this becomes a big thing. I don't suspect it will. I don't think Brian Kelly's going to say anything on the record. Just like he didn't when, like, the only thing he said was, even at his press conference yesterday, Brian Kelly was asked about Keyshawn. He said, yeah, he went back and forth all year and ultimately made the decision that's best for him. He didn't say he's been dismissed. You're not going to. Coaches and programs like this, y'all, they deal with so much more than ever sees the light of day. Sean Gasser, good morning. Chewy Gutierrez, looking forward to whiskey and wine. Yeah, be sure y'all join us, man. If you can, come join me and T-Bob at Oliver Twist. If you got not Oliver Twist, at Don Juan Cigar Bar. And if you can't be at Don Juan, join us for sure on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel for whiskey and wine as soon as the game goes final. Michael Thacker, good morning. Got my whiskey collection started. All right, Makers 46, Basil Hayden, 4 Roses small batch. There you go. It's a really good start. Very good. Let me know what you think of them, and I can make some more recommendations based on that. Jason Horn. Is it Matt Shuffle time? Paul Batt said legacy blue checks running with the story. So who? I get that you're going to have... it's just so, like... It's like I really cringe at the state of media today. Like and I don't mean to be like the old guy shouting at the clouds, but, and I don't know that y'all cared about it. Like, I don't know that y'all care to get like this lesson but it's like, if you cover Georgia or Alabama or A&M and you see this tweet about LSU, well, retweeting it or talking about it doesn't negatively impact you at all and could potentially negatively affect your rival. So in the same way that I might retweet a story about Jimbo or something like that, whether it's true or not, let them figure it out. It's sort of the mentality. But it's like, and again, Paul, I don't know who you're talking about, who's tweeted it or whatever, but it's just the degree of journalistic integrity or lack thereof is stunning. The amount of people who are the news gatherers and reporters who don't well, whatever. Matt, the fun swoosher being sensitive. As a society, what have we come to? I don't know what that was about, Cliff. But I am a fun swoosher, apparently. Dane Bergeron, I'm out of the loop. What happened? I'm on vacation spoiling grandkids for the holidays. Good for you, man. Do that. That's way more important. Mark Allen, are you getting black Air Force One? So here's my thing, Mark. Yes, of course. I don't know that I want to go all blacks. I think I want to go blacks with the white check. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to know your thoughts, but I think I'm going to go black with the white check. I got college game day today. Okay. Well, that's fun. Adam Kennedy. I'm guessing that's why Sean declared for the draft. Well, the rumor is that he was dismissed because of this. But again, and every time you ask me a question and I answer it, I'm only furthering this storyline, this narrative, and lending it more credence, which I hate to do because, again, I don't know if it's true. I don't. I'll say again now what I said at the beginning of the show. I was first told about this about a week ago. Two different people, independent of each other, that I deem very credible. I'll tell you, like two very credible people. Since then, I've been asked a bunch more about it. I am stunned that it took this long for this to hit Twitter and message boards and all that stuff. Every day I sat in this chair for the last week, like, can't believe nobody's asking me about this. Like, I can't believe nobody's found out about this. But again, I don't think anybody, I don't think in today's press conference after the game, I don't think Brian Kelly is going to be asked about this because it's not, I don't even know. I'll put it to you this way. You can't ask a coach about every rumor that's ever come. You can't. And the media can't go chasing its tail, trying to find out the validity behind every single rumor. You can't do it. So until there's something newsworthy. For example, if in fact Cortez Hankton does leave the staff, whenever the next media availability Brian Kelly has, which he may just go dark after the game until the February signing day. And if he does, is this even a story in 8 weeks or 6 weeks? Probably not. But in that instance, someone could ask Brian Kelly about Cortez Hankton, the circumstances of his departure. I mean, he was asked yesterday about Kayshon Boutte. And he said, hey, Kayshon went back and forth all year and ultimately made the decision that's best for his family. Again, like, as much as people want to know, if the people involved don't talk about it on the record, you're never going to get anybody to talk about it. So you can make your assumptions that it's true or not true, whatever. It's just whatever. Brad David, curious, what did you say about Ed Ogeron that made Derek cut you off from interviewing? Derek didn't cut me off. It was Ed's decision. And then Joe Oliva hated me too. So Joe banned me from Joe. Joe Oliva basically sent out an edict that nobody within the athletic department was allowed to come on my show. And Joe Oliva was such a moron, y'all. He was like, the fact that the athletic director at LSU was that concerned with what I was saying was stunning. No, and I mean, Brad, the thing about Ed was just, I mean, I was critical. I was critical of the hire. When they hired Ed, I was critical of the hire, and Ed, like, never got over that. Chance Babin, Cam Jordan, all-time sack leader. Thanks for bringing that up, Chance. Awesome day, man. Heck yeah. Cam Jordan, 3 sacks, passes Ricky Jackson. Man, when I was a kid, I loved Pat Swilling. My brother was a huge Vaughn Johnson guy. He had the 53 jersey. I loved Pat Swilling in the Dome Patrol days. You know, Ricky Jackson was just sensational. Sam Mills, of course. But yeah, what a moment for Cam Jordan to break that record. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Backpack. All right, let's see. I can do a few more minutes here, y'all. They're calling me for Eagle 98.1 game day at 9:20, so in about 13 minutes. So let me go quickly. 262 watching. Love y'all. Much respect. Please smash that like button. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, please like the Matt Moscona page. Share the post. Let's see. Jump back over here. Dale Broussard, Tigers wearing yellow, white, yellow. It's gold, white, gold. Dale, come on, you know better than that. And yes, Paul Batts outside the blue checks. Bunky, I don't care. I mean, Bunky Perkins. What are we doing here? What is Bunky Perkins? Come on. And nobody is going to address it, Paul. Like, that's what you're not getting. Why would Brian Kelly talk about it? Why would anybody nobody is going to talk about this. I will be fall over stunned if anybody, because tomorrow you'll all be onto a new story. We'll be talking about this game, going into the off season, basketball is going to happen. Like, it's going to go, like, we're not going to talk about it anymore. It's the nature of the news cycle. Paul Losi, what's up? Jason Horn, what's up? Check the black and gold Air Force Ones. Heck yeah, man. Ben Taub, a good place to get Air Force Ones. So if you're in Baton Rouge, you could go over to Ruckus, which I would recommend. Or you could go to the Nike Sneakers app. Or if you want secondary, you can go to like GOAT, which is another app. But I'd rather support local businesses, man. So if you can find, it's harder to find obviously a selection, in a store than it would be online. You're going directly through Nike, but if you can support local businesses, I would always uh, recommend it. Michael Thacker, I like the Four Roses small batch. Maker's 46 and Basil Hayden are good too. So Four Roses is fantastic. I always tell people, like, if you get Four Roses single barrel and you don't like it, you're probably not going to like whiskey, because it's just super agreeable and palatable no matter what your tastes are. If you want something that, has a pop of flavor, if you want something that's mellow enough to enjoy, that's not going to overwhelm you but tastes good, has a little sweet, little oak. I mean, it's Four Roses is pretty great, man. Earl baseball can't get here quickly enough. They're going to be great. Oh, you're talking about the dark hue, light back and forth. That's because my TV's on. That's what you're seeing. Like, so I have my TV on in my office, so you're seeing the reflection of the TV. If you're seeing the color change, that's with probably off a glare off of a lot of stuff. It's just I have the TV on. Reagan Lee, hope the whole number 7 thing doesn't continue happening. It's been such a bust. Let the kids make their own numbers. Hey, look, Reagan Lee, I've said that forever. I would rather Jamar Chase be the best number 1 in LSU history. Derek Stingley be the best number 24 in LSU history. Harold Perkins, see if you can go be the best number 40. See if you can be better than Devin White was. I agree with you, man. Go the switching the jersey number thing. But look, if it means something, what I've said is if it means something to the players, great. Like if that's a motivator, a dangling carrot for the players, great. But, but I agree with you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go quickly. Greg Gerard, morning, Matt. Can't wait to rock a Hudco hat in ATL. Do you have any thoughts on the over/under today? I don't. After what I'm playing today, I like Tulane in the points, and I think they got a great chance to win the game outright. And I want to get Jimmy's pick on Rose Bowl because I'm not sure if he's given it yet, because I don't have a great feeling on Penn State Utah. So I would love to know what the sharp bettors think about that game. David Roderick, Happy New Year. If Green Bay doesn't move on from Rodgers, what's your opinion of Jordan Love? Yeah, man, I don't know what it would take to get Jordan Love. But yes, I mean, I think that's the kind of player where you could bring in Jordan Love and, a relatively low risk opportunity to bring in a guy like that and maybe could be your franchise quarterback. Eric Waldrotter, yeah. Shane Bigfella, Joey Metke. I know it's way too early with key players returning and a victory. We'll set the tone for next season, possibly a championship run. Yeah, I mean, look, win today. Again, I think you could be looking at a potential setup like the way they finished in 2010 or in 2018, right? They won their bowl game. You kind of finished strong, won the bowl game. Had a lot returning, including your quarterback, and it was a springboard into the next season. Got it, Edward. Thank you. The video of Drew swinging. Got it. Yeah. So I was at the park yesterday with Drew, and I put a video of him swinging. Got it. Uncle Houdat, what's up, Matt? You may have answered the question. Wondering Dennis Allen's job is safe for another season. I think so. Listen, everybody that I know that covers that team day in and day out have told me for as long as we've been asking this question this year that they all believe he's going to be back. And so I have no reason to believe that's not the case. I would like to have seen them moved on, but especially now with winning 3 straight, I don't think that's going to happen. Bailey C. Adebo has regressed. Started the season injured. I wonder if he was ever really healthy this year, but yes, that's fair. Sophomore slump for sure. Taz, what moves do the Pelicans have to make to be a serious threat? I don't think they have to make any moves. I just think it's going to be more of, do you have enough experience for when you pare down your rotation to, for the playoffs, when you pare down like an 8-man rotation? The depth on this team is great, but the depth isn't going to matter so much when you get to the playoffs when you're playing 8 guys, basically. You just got to have Zion and Bi and CJ, and like you got to have those dudes be dudes. Herb, like they got to do the things they do really well. Trey's got to be a 3-and-D guy for you. I mean, they got the pieces. They've got shooting. They've got Jonas on the interior. You've got size. You've got length. You've got shooters. You got experience. I mean, you got what you need, man. Just see if yours are good enough to beat theirs. John Boudreaux, Happy New Year. Can't cheer for Tulane, go Trojans. Jaden Crochet, hey Matt, I don't see Pete Carmichael coming back next season. If that's, who's your pick for the next OC? Haven't given it much thought, man, honestly. Waterman 4, Shaheed is a diamond in the rough. Yes, he is. He has made plays in every game. He's been awesome. And not just as a returner, as a receiver as well. Paul Lowry, what's going on? Breckenridge, Colorado. Okay. Jason Mobile, what's up? Destroy the like button. Carl the Cat. No. Like, you're asking, are the rumors true? Don't know. Nobody knows. And nobody's going to talk about it on the record. Benjamin Albright says Sean Payton isn't the number one candidate for every team with the vacancy at head coach. I asked for a name. He said the Eagles OC. Okay. Benjamin Albright. He and I had a run-in a few years back. I forgot what it was about, but it was a guy who lives in Colorado who's trying to break news on teams he knows nothing about. Let me know who that is. Goat9, if the story is true, there's no way Hank will be on the sidelines today. He's coaching. He is in Orlando, I'm telling you. I know for a fact Cortez Hankton is in Orlando with the football team. Adam, in other news, I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance thanks to you. $2,300 a year. Boom. Insurance Network of Louisiana. I'm telling y'all, man, give them a shout. Let them shop for you independently for free. They can save you money. Good morning from Jacksonville, North Carolina, home of Camp Lejeune. Largest Marine Corps amphibious base in the world. Semper Fi. Oh, look, you got another Marine. How about that? Trivia and Cliff. Let's see, Dane, what's your opinion of Old Forester bourbon? Depends which Old Forester you're talking about. I mean, there's the Prohibition series, there's the birthday bourbon, there's so many Old Foresters. But it's good. I mean, generally speaking, yes, Old Forester makes good juice. Dedrick DeRose and morning, Matt. Enjoyed your show the whole season. Keep doing what you do in 23. Thank you, man. Appreciate you so much for watching. Let's see, do you think TCU will put up a good fight against Georgia? I do, and I would not be surprised if TCU wins the game. I think Georgia's defense has proven to be vulnerable. And I think Max Duggan is a dude, and TCU has weapons on the outside. And defensively, they've been really good. They're a great second half team. That's an example of right quarterback, right system, right coach, using the current way rosters can be managed in college football to build a winner and turn things around immediately. Less is more. Old Forester 1910 and 1897 are great bourbons. That's part of the Prohibition series. Yeah, I like the 1920 also, but yes, 1920 is hot to drink. So I like 1920. Does Nick get players to buy in? How does Nick get players to buy in, not opt out of the bowl game? I don't know, Bobby. I mean, he's the greatest coach ever, but they've had a lot of opt-outs before. But he got Bryce Young, who's I think a special kind of player. Stuck around. So will there be a shelf of shoes in place of whiskey? My closet for sure, not in place of whiskey, but there will be. I need to rearrange things in my closet because I'll tell you, I bought a pair of Reebok pumps. I never had pumps as a kid. I remember my cousin pulled a Jerry Rice card out of a pack. Might have been a Jerry Rice rookie. Sold it and used the money to buy a Game Boy and Reebok pumps. So I got my Reebok pumps coming, my red and whites. Brennan Huff, what's up, Guy Brooks? Paul Jean, good morning. Is Gordy wearing Purdue undershirt to the game? Maybe. I don't know. See, again, like this is why I hesitate to even talk about it. Because like Maggie ass, Brennan ass, hey, fill me in, I don't know what's going on. Like, about all the rumor stuff. Like, the more you bring it up, the more you talk about it, the more you address it, the more it spreads. And again, I don't know if there's validity to it. I had people that I deem credible tell me about it a week ago, but there is no chance anybody will ever talk about this on the record. You will get things potentially anonymously sourced, and people will believe whatever they want. So draw your own conclusions. No one's ever going to talk about it on the record, and that's going to be that. How long do we deal with Dennis Allen's poor coaching before he's let go? Hate to say, I think he's back next year, man. Hopefully he can get it. Hopefully he can get it in gear. Hopefully. Guy Brooks, Matt, what's the line on today's game? LSU is a 15-point favorite in this game. All right, y'all. I just got to go quickly. All my apologies because they're about to call me for Eagle 98.1 game day. I may have to just shut it down because they're supposed to call me at 9:20. They usually run a few minutes late. But anyway, real quickly, do me a quick solid. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button. Subscribe up to the channel if you haven't done so yet. We're at 91 likes. At 92, I know we can get over 100 likes. Facebook, please like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. As always, shout out to Brock. You need an orthopedist. Hudco if you need a roof. Restored Motions if you have pain. And ProCharge EV, electric vehicle chargers. Charging stations. Whiskey and wine today. T-Bob and I will be at Don Juan, and as soon as the game goes final, we'll be live. So if you can join us at Don Juan, come out, hang out, let's watch the game together, have a cocktail, have a good time, cheer the Tigers to win number 10. If you can't be there, tune in on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel for our Whiskey and Wine as soon as the game goes final. All right, y'all have an awesome day. Go Tigers. Let's get it done, and we will see you. All right. Peace.